Tonight, the aftermath in Ruidoso. Deadly flash floods turned a mountain getaway into a scene of devastation. 2 children and a man are confirmed dead, and 1 person is still missing. More rain could be on the way. Evan Regan is in Ruidoso tonight with a look at the damage and how folks are trying to pick up the pieces. And a quick trip to the mountains turned into a terrifying escape for an El Paso nonprofit caught in Ruidoso's deadly flash floods. Julia Spencer shows us how the floor they stayed on may have saved their lives. That's off the top.
Well, it was just about 24 hours ago where the ground I'm standing on was completely submerged by raging floodwaters, and it turned out to be some of the worst flooding that Ruidoso has seen in its history. And you see behind me, crews are still hard at work tonight. We're going to shine some light on that bulldozer. Again, crews have been out here all day long. You can see some of the damage that was associated with these floodwaters, piles of mud still surrounding some of these mobile homes, and even debris, pieces of siding, pieces of houses. Cars were swept up in this as well. So all of this scared residents yesterday when this began to start, and they got out of its way because of that.
We left like 30 minutes early because I said, we better leave. Look what happened in Texas. We don't know this time, I said. So we left.
I was actually across from the links, the golf course, and I ended up getting stranded there because the water just came so fast. It was all over the road. We didn't know what to do, and there was no way we could help.
Devastation for Ruidoso residents at this mobile home park in Gavilan Canyon. Floors and walls of homes caked in a layer of thick mud, endless piles of debris, some homes even swept clean off of their foundations.
My house was right there where that gray one was, where that brown storage is. Now my house is over here. This was my cousin's house.
And then we don't know where it is.
We don't know where it is. It's gone.
The recovery began Wednesday. As locals began to pick up the pieces, many volunteers were out as well, sorting through debris.
I'm really happy that the community came out here and started helping people who live in poverty and trailer parks, because it's hard. It's hard working from day to day and losing everything all at once.
But the flood threat still looms, and locals are worried about a potential repeat scenario.
This is very early on to our monsoon season, and if we get hit this hard, I'm worried about how it is in the next coming months.
So some may leave.
The whole trailer park should get rid of, you know. There's no more for us to be living here. Like, we're in danger.
We should have moved the first time, but we didn't. But now, this one is scary.
Now, Ruidoso is out of a flood watch for tonight. It has been dropped. They're no longer under one. However, the flood danger still does loom. We still have storm chances in the forecast for really the remainder of the week. We'll have that forecast for you throughout the week right here on Arc El Paso.
This had been a one-story facility, there might be a different ending to this story.
Rebecca Romero, the development director for Big Brothers Big Sisters of El Paso, joined 15 colleagues for their annual team retreat in Ruidoso, a chance to bond and recharge together. But halfway through their 3-day stay at the Ruidoso River Resort, disaster struck.
It just became a complete nightmare.
On Tuesday, their day started with meetings, lunch, and even a ride on the Screaming Eagle mountain coaster. Around 2 p.m., the river began to swell. By 3 p.m., the river turned violent and unleashed hours of destruction.
It really felt like minutes. Like we saw the river starting to get really fast, and then all of a sudden, it's like a dam broke and the water started rushing into the front of our building as well.
Their first 4 rooms flooded within minutes, forcing them to escape to the 3rd floor of the resort. Inside, the rooms were covered in a layer of mud, destruction everywhere.
It was just demolished. The entire living room, the wall was gone, the back wall was gone. There was so much, the couch had tried to get out the front door, it looked like, but it was wedged in the front door. The refrigerator was gone, the stove was gone, it was just demolished.
But Romero says she's grateful to be back home safe in El Paso after such a traumatizing experience.
To have been in the thick of it, like the 2 days that we happened to be in Ruidoso and this happens, it was absolutely surreal, and we are truly, truly grateful that that we all made it out healthy and safe, and we are so unbelievably sorry for those that did not.
Julia Spencer, Arc El Paso.
Ruidoso was hit with flooding waters. One man sharing his experience, realizing he was trapped, saying things changed in a matter of seconds, and saying he heard the water before he saw it.
I was not scared until I saw the water coming on the road coming towards me, so that's when I kind of went. The bridge and the water and the trees beat me to it, so I had to back up, and when I was going back, I noticed that the water was starting to come on the road right towards me, so I had to back up and get into higher ground. It's kind of like an adrenaline rush. It was just, it happened so fast that you're thinking so fast to, get out of the way of all this water coming through. But it was a good little scare. It was.
Ruidoso Downs, a popular attraction and major source of income for the town, saw major damage as well. The Ruidoso Downs racetrack and casino is located on the banks, and according to the El Paso Times, the jockey's room and the horse stall area were also damaged.
Racing season is canceled for 2025. The assessments are being done on the racetrack. The culverts that were put in held. So I do not know what the future is. As you can imagine, emotions are raw after all the work and planning that went into that, and now for it to be destroyed.
Officials confirmed 8 horses died in the floods, though it's unclear if they are from the racetrack. But take a look at the shocking video, the moments floodwaters quickly took over a business in Ruidoso. We're about to show that to you in just a few seconds. Now, this is the Ruidoso Trading Post warehouse that we're talking about. We spoke with the owner, who tells us one of his employees had been working at her desk moments before. Now, this is what the warehouse looks like now, and you can see it's full of mud. The owner tells us this warehouse is home to turquoise and silver jewelry mail orders that is shipped across the country. Now, some of it washed away. The owner explained how quickly things changed Tuesday afternoon.
And in just a few minutes, like I'm thinking it was like a minute and a half or 2 minutes, they went from being perfectly dry to water over their heads all the way up to the entire floor. It washed, and then our walls collapsed and several millions of dollars of jewelry washed into the water and just disappeared. Very traumatic.
Arnold Duke, who you just heard from there, still considers himself lucky despite the devastation.